Welcome to our channel. Yeah, you're watching right now. And what if I told you that by 2025, there are 10 Caribbean countries whose citizens may no longer need a visa to enter the United States? Sounds impossible, right? Too good to be true? Well, sit tight, because today, we're diving into a controversial, jaw-dropping, and probably rage-inducing topic that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about U.S. immigration policy. Now, before you roll your eyes and call this a conspiracy theory, understand this. This video is not about opinions. This is about real-world policy trends, behind-the-scenes negotiations, and the geopolitical chess game that could result in a travel revolution. And let's be honest, some of you are going to love it, while a whole lot of you might hate it. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around until the end. Here are the 10 Caribbean countries the U.S. may not require visas from in 2025. Number 1. Barbados. Barbados has always shared a unique relationship with the United States. This small but proud island nation stands out as a stable democracy with one of the highest literacy rates in the Caribbean. But what's more important to the U.S. isn't what Barbados is, it's what Barbados isn't. It's not a political headache, not a refugee hub, and definitely not a country with anti-American sentiment. In fact, many American expats are now choosing Barbados as their retirement haven. That alone makes Barbados a low-risk, high-reward partner in future visa negotiations. Number 2. St. Kitts and Nevis, a picturesque dual-island nation nestled in the Caribbean Sea, famous for its lush landscapes, pristine beaches, and vibrant culture. But here's where it gets wild. St. Kitts and Nevis is world famous for its citizenship by investment CBI program. Wealthy individuals can literally buy citizenship with a sizable financial investment. It's a win-win. The country gets much-needed revenue, the investor gets a shiny new passport. But critics warn, wait, you mean a Russian oligarch or a Chinese billionaire could buy their way in, then stroll into America? That's the panic button. The implications are massive. The U.S. allowing visa-free entry to a country that sells citizenship? Expect fireworks and congressional hearings. Number 3. Antigua and Barbuda, another CBI heavyweight. But Antigua is playing the game smart. Unlike St. Kitts, Antigua has been cleverly aligning with U.S. interests, hosting security summits supporting anti-drug trafficking efforts, and strengthening Eastern Caribbean diplomacy. It's a high-stakes game of international poker, and Antigua knows how to bluff with class and charm. But here's the strategy. This push is backed by the CBP Preclearance Expansion Act, allowing U.S. Customs to operate abroad. This means easier travel, faster security checks, tighter cooperation, and yes, the prize is visa-free travel. But at what cost? Americans are already suspicious. They'll say, you mean someone from a tiny island who bought a passport can waltz into the U.S.? That's going to ignite Capitol Hill. Number 4. The Bahamas. Ah yes, the Bahamas. A classic. The poster child of Caribbean tourism and offshore finance. But let's not sugarcoat it. Bahamas relations have been a roller coaster. On one hand, it's a strategic ally. On the other, a former tax haven. Still, Bahamians frequently visit the U.S., especially Miami, which feels like a second Nassau. The overstay rate is manageable, and cultural ties are strong. So from a policy standpoint, this one's a smoother path. The U.S. may use visa waivers here to counter China's influence in the Caribbean and to promote goodwill. Number 5. St. Lucia. St. Lucia is the wild card in this. Not too big, not too small, but playing a bold game. It's adopted data transparency laws, partnered with U.S. education initiatives, and crack down hard on corruption. So why all the buzz? Because other Caribbean nations are watching and asking, why them and not us? And that's not just online chatter. This is being debated in diplomatic circles. The irony? Most Americans can't even point out St. Lucia on a map, yet their government is considering visa-free access. Number 6. Grenada. Grenada is playing the long game with grape. Instead of flashy deals or risky alliances, it is focused on diplomatic neutrality, educational growth, healthcare, and peacekeeping. That neutrality is golden to the U.S. Grenada has supported U.S. resolutions at the UN, signed joint security pacts, and limited its ties to foreign adversaries. This makes Grenada an ideal candidate for the next wave of the visa waiver program. But when this goes public, brace for the backlash, especially from anti-immigration groups. It's going to get messy. Number 7. Trinidad and Tobago. Now we're entering nuclear territory. Trinidad and Tobago isn't just carnival and beaches. It's oil, gas, trade, and real influence. It's one of the wealthiest nations in the Caribbean, powered by a strong energy sector. If the US grants visa-free access, the political right will explode. Expect headlines like, US opening doors to a nation with crime, drugs, and gangs. But let's not forget, Trinidadians are among the most educated diasporas in America. They've excelled in medicine, engineering, and academia. They contribute massively to the US economy and culture. It's time the narrative caught up with the facts. Number 8. Dominica. Dominica might not have the flash of others, but it has strategy. This eco-conscious, resilient island has focused on sustainable development, climate diplomacy, and low-conflict foreign policy. Dominica is seen as a trustworthy partner, especially in U.S. environmental and regional strategies. While not a media favorite, Dominica might quietly slide into the visa-free club without making too much noise. Number 9. Jamaica. Jamaica, the crown jewel of Caribbean culture, music, and diaspora influence. But hold up. Jamaica is also the most controversial name on this list. Why? Because it's heavily populated, has significant U.S. visa overstays, and a long-standing migration pipeline already in motion. But here's where it gets really complicated. The U.S. can't afford to alienate Jamaica. Why? Because Jamaica plays a massive role in Caribbean politics, regional security, and cultural diplomacy. Reggae, Rastafari, resistance, all deeply intertwined with American pop culture and activism. But here's the kicker. The U.S. wants influence over Jamaica before China tightens its grip with more infrastructure and digital surveillance projects. So, will the visa waiver be controversial? Absolutely. But will it be strategic? You bet. Number 10. Haiti. This is where it gets uncomfortable, emotional, and undeniably complex. Haiti is a country Americans know about, but rarely understand. With a history of natural disasters, political instability, and one of the most passionate diasporas in the U.S., especially in Florida and New York, this country represents both risk and humanity. On paper, Haiti seems like the last country that would qualify for visa-free entry. But in reality, the Biden administration, under immense humanitarian pressure, is exploring ways to build a lifeline, not just politically, but morally. There's talk of conditional visa waivers, medical or educational exemptions, or a limited mobility agreement for family reunification, but politically, the blowback would be fierce. Spin it. National security? Is this diplomacy or desperation? Because no matter how you spin it, America is changing. And this list might be your first clue that the world we knew is gone. So what do you think? Is this a step toward unity or a ticking time bomb? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that bell icon, because on this channel, we go beyond the headlines. We give you the stories the world is afraid to tell. This is Adventure Chuckles, and we just uncovered a global twist no one saw coming.